Hello everyone. Hello. 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 Hello everyone. Hello. 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 Hello to you. Do 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 you. This is Chandra ASMR. I'm very happy to be with you tonight to relax you and have a great moment. Great moment, great moment, great moment, great moment, great moment, great moment. It's been a long time that I haven't done an English video, and this is pretty weird because at the very beginning of the channel, the channel was supposed to be only in English, so it's kind of revival of English in this channel. And I think that since the last time I talked in English in this channel, I think that I have kind of improved my English. Of course, this is not perfect. Sometimes I will probably miss to pronunciate well, or to not tell the word in the exact time or something like that. But I think that I have learned enough English and how to pronounce the word correctly to finally make a full video in English, because I used to do just making a short intro in English and then just doing tapping or other stuff like that. Now I want to prove that I have kind of students like me. So, little disclaimer before we start. Every time a character speaks, I will say his name before his replica. Okay, let's start. Scene 1. Enter Richard, Duke of Gloucester, Solus. Richard, now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the sun of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wealth, our stern alarms changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his winged front, and now, instead of mounting Barbet's steed to fright the soul of evil adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an unamorous looking-glass, I, that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty to strut before unwanton amblings nymph, I, that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, stand before my time. Into this breathing world, scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable, that dogs bark at me as I had by them. Why I in this weak peeping time of peace have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descend on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these farewell spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain, and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plus have I laid induction dangerous, by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams, to send my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate, the one against the other. And then if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, these days should Clarence closely mewed up about a prophecy which says that she of Edward's eyes the murder shall be. Thy thought down to my soul, here clowns come. So, enter Clarence, guarded and Brackenbury. Brother, good day. What means this armed guard that waits upon your grace? Clarence, his Majesty, telling me my person's safety, hath appointed this conduct to convey me to the tower. Richard, upon what cause? Clarence, because my name is George. Richard, alack, my lord, that fault is none of yours. He should for that coming you godfather, or belike his Majesty hath some intent that you should be new Christians in the tower. But what's the matter, Clarence, may I know? is it when mine are ruled by woman? 'Tis not the king that sent you to the tower, my lady Grey his wife. Clarence 'tis she that damned him to his harsh extremity. Was it not she and that good man of worship, Anthony Woodville, her brother there, that made him send Lord Hastings to the tower, from whence this present day he is delivered? We are not saved, Clarence, we are not saved. Clarence, by heaven, I think there is no man secure but a queen's kindred and night-walking herald, that trudge betwixt the king and mistress shore. Heard you not what an humble suppliant Lord Hastings was for her delivery? Richard, humbly complaining to her deity, God my Lord Chamberlain his liberty. I'll tell you what I think it is our way, if we will keep in favor with the king, to be her man and wear her livery, the jealous and worn widow and herself. Since that our brother dubbed their gentlewoman almighty gossips in our monarchy. Brackenbury, I beseech your graces both to pardon me. His Majesty has straitly given in charge that no man shall have private conference of what degree soever with your brother. Richard, even so, and please you worship Brackenbury, you may partake of anything we say. We speak no treason, man. We say the king is wise and vigorous, and his noble queen, well struck in years, fair and not jealous. We say that shores white hath a pretty foot, a cherry lips, a bonny eye, a passing pleasing tongue, and that the queen's kindred are main gentlefolks. How say you, sir? Can you deny all that? Brackenbury, with this my lord myself hath not thought to do. Richard, not to do with Mistress Shaw. I'll tell thee, fellow, he had thought no with her, except in one, were best to do it secretly alone. Brackenbury, what one, my lord? Richard, her husband, knave, wouldst thou betray me? Brackenbury, I do beseech your grace to pardon me, and withal forbid your conference with the noble duke. Clarence, we know that charge, Brackenbury, and will obey. Richard, we are the queen's abject and must obey. Brother, farewell. I will enter the king, and whatsoever you will employ me in. as much on him as you.